What's up, guys? Coming at you from Shenzhen as usual with an announcement. We have our live stream date. If you remember, a few days ago, we had a pre-recorded event with 4 YouTubers, myself included, and we were just kind of ironing out the kinks, getting a feel for working with each other, and we said we would have a live stream event where we talk all things China. Well, we have that date now. It's Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Beijing, Hong Kong time. In London, it works out to the early AMs of Saturday at 1 a.m. And in North America, it works out to 5 p.m. Pacific time and 8 p.m. Eastern time, kind of New York, Toronto time. So we will be doing, we're doing this for a few reasons. You know, it's going to be fun, informative, hopefully useful. And also because some of these guys who are involved, they do YouTube as their kind of main source of income or hoping to move towards that direction. And what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to show support by doing super chats. You can either do a super chat with an amount attached to it just to show support, or you can attach a question to your super chat, which you would like us to answer on the live stream. Now, me, myself, I haven't really before thought too much about monetizing my channel beyond the YouTube ad revenues. And one of the things these guys, well, all of us have seen happen this month is that because we've been speaking about coronavirus, there's been no YouTube ad revenues pretty much because the videos are demonetized or limited for anything that's coronavirus related. So this is going to be a chance for these guys to kind of catch up a little bit. So again, for myself, that wasn't really the main purpose when I started this channel. You know, when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I had a few people ask me if I would start a Patreon account so that they could show their support. And I was really kind of not very fond of the idea. And for a few reasons, you know, I've seen some other people with Patreon accounts who grow a following and it almost becomes where they're working for that following. They're providing these people the content that they want and the things that they want to hear. And it doesn't always work out like that, but I think anybody going into it, planning on doing that, should be asking these questions and saying, well, how do I make sure that I'm still going to be able to say whatever I want to say? And I'm pretty sure I would do that anyways. You know, if I had something to say that was going to upset my followers, if it's honest, it's honest. But these are things that you need to go through before you think of doing this, in my opinion. Because I've seen it happen even with traditional news agencies like Hong Kong Free Press in Hong Kong. You know, this is a company that survives on mostly donations. They were founded during the Umbrella Revolution, so most of their supporters are paying them to say anti-establishment stuff. And it turned it into a terrible paper that says stupid things and is unbalanced. Even to the point where when there was a Canadian, Toby Gu, he came over with the intention to show how brutal the police were and how brave the protesters were. And on his first night, he caught something that blew him away. He caught the protesters beating this man, that's doing terrible, terrible things. And he uploaded it without too much context. And the protesters in Hong Kong exploded. They said they're going to kill him. They said they're going to come to, they've got a knife ready for his throat. And he ended up locking himself up in a hotel room, hiding away. And Tom Grundy, the owner of Hong Kong Free Press, came out to emphasize those death threats. And he said, this guy's out there pretending to be a journalist. If you see him, confront him. While he was locked up, hiding away in his hotel room, and while he had death threats. This is the owner of a media company. And it's because he upset the narrative that Hong Kong Free Press was so hard trying to make and expose the things that Hong Kong Free Press was trying so hard to hide, or at least marginalize. And so I always think about these things when I think about people who are voices for something while having supporters. You know, having grassroots supporters like that isn't necessarily always better than having corporate sponsorship. Now, mind you, I was offered a sponsorship from a VPN company. They sent me a direct message through Twitter a few weeks ago, and I also didn't respond to them because wrapping my head around where do I want to take this channel, what do I want to do with it, and if I do want to turn it into a sustainable thing, how do I do it in the most honest and authentic way? It probably didn't help that that VPN company also sponsors a YouTuber who I really dislike, but I haven't really thought about this monetization too much. I did think of potentially putting some products online, like some of the teas I really enjoy, because I would feel less shy and ashamed of doing that because I'm actually offering something. But with all things said, this super chat thing is going to be my first voyage into even playing around with something like this, where it will allow supporters to, or followers to show their support. Now, by no means I'm saying show up if you want to do this super chat thing. If you don't do super chat because either it's not something you do or it's not within your means, don't worry about it. Still show up. You know, I'd rather have more people who aren't showing super chat supports than less people who are coming just specifically for super chats. I'd just like as many people as possible to join in the conversation, to have fun with us. And if you so wish to use that feature, great. And I'll even go one step further. If you prefer some of the other guys who are involved in this, or you came from their channel to begin with, or you want to show support to them, then make sure you go to their channel instead to do the super chat, because then they're going to receive that support. We're all going to be live streaming at the same time, so you can go to any of the 4 channels and either just show your support by being a viewer, or do your super chat through the specific channel that you want to show your support to. And after that, after playing around with this, I'm going to see where it goes, because the thing that I'm considering now is that once everything's back to normal here and all my businesses are up and running as usual, I'm not going to have as much time as before to do this kind of content. And that's kind of sad, because I've enjoyed it, and I've especially started to think about this a little bit more after my last video with Cordell that I uploaded. You know, that's the single most positive number of positive comments I've received on any video. And that was really encouraging, because that's my favorite thing to do, is to sit down with interesting people and interview them. And it, of course, helps that Cordell is an amazingly interesting guy to begin with, but there's so many interesting people in China. And I definitely want to do more of that. So thinking about how to make this sustainable, doing more interviews, interesting visits to factories, events, going to places that other people don't have access to, which is possibly something that might be coming up soon, is something I need to start thinking about if I want to do this more full time. But I'm still going to keep it as a hobby for now, and I just wanted to give you an insight into some of my thought process, some of the things that are going on, why the super chat will be open, and what to expect in the future. So I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Stay safe. Take all the precautions you should be taking, and I'll see you in the next video or in the next live stream. Really looking forward to it. Peace, guys.